Well, hello there, everyone, and how are you guys? I hope doing fabulous. Yes. Well, before we get into this entertaining video, I would just like to remind you guys to like, comment, and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And what would you like to say with that, Lady Crone?
Baby Crone said it all.
Yes.
Subscribe, like us, and please leave a comment.
Yes. Sunflowers.
Hello, my sunflowers. How are you? Well, it's been a minute. I haven't been. You know what? Let me tell you. You may not be interested, but if you suffer with this, let me know. People call it insomnia. I call it a good time. But I love being up at night. But what happens is, like after about 2 weeks or so, I have a crash moment. How you think it worked with me? 2 weeks, 2.5. I can go almost a month and just catnap and up 13 hours, 15 hours in a row, maybe sleep for an hour or two, maybe 3, right?
Yeah.
And I live this. And so what happens is I'll hit a crashing moment. And this was a crashing moment because of all of the energy that I have been using. So this was a crashing moment. But I want to say I read about the president 3 months ago. And it showed that, because I went back and looked at it.
Yes, you did.
It showed that he was over top of her in every way. I also noticed that people that had predicted, readers who had predicted and said that Kamala would win. This is no front, I'm just sharing. And I went back to look to see if they got rid of it.
Wow.
And I was trying to figure, what if I was wrong? What would I do? Would I delete? I would just leave it and come back and confront and said, I got it wrong. It was a prediction. I got it wrong, but don't blame the cards. That's what I always say. I'm telling you now, don't blame them. That was me, because it's my interpretation. The cards are never wrong. It's my interpretation that I miss. But in this day, when I read it, it was so in me, because I was in the old room we used to record in. And it was so in me, to say it. I said, I'll take my chances. As the months go on, we had 3 months. As the months go on, they say Kamala is getting to the top.
Yes,
and she's off for the running, and she's winning. She's got it. Kamala is the one. Kamala, boo to Trump, whoa to Kamala. And I wanted to go back so many times, say maybe I got it wrong. And every time I didn't post. What did it say? Trump. So I said, okay, I'm not doing it. And I was so tempted to go with the masses. But I said, nope. If that's what I predict, that's what I predict. And I will stand it and own it and come here and say I was wrong. I don't have no problem. But fortunately for me, I was not wrong. But unfortunately for all of you who voted for her and she didn't win. I'm going to say this one thing, and then we're going to have Baby Crone to bring us in. One of the things that I found, for me, alarming, is that so many people said that they were going to vote for Kamala. They had, I'm neutral. And now I can say I'll vote, because I wasn't saying it, because it's such a discrepancy in our home. There's another member, and this other member was for Kamala. Right or wrong?
Yes.
It was Helen here. Yes or no?
Yeah.
You was in the crossfires. Speak the truth.
Yeah, I was.
Couldn't even talk about it.
No.
It caused such a ruckus. It was like, had me mad. It's just that I wanted to be neutral. I didn't want to pick. I didn't want to be put in that, but I stand up for what I stand up. And I was standing up for both sides.
Yeah.
But the other person that live in the home, no. So we as a family decide we're going to cast a vote. So we vote, if it couldn't be Republican or Democrat, we vote opposite. The other one that's who we voted for. So we did vote. A vote came out this house, and it was that. Unless the person went there and lied, you don't know, because so many people was saying this, but when they was lighting up red, even our roomie, she could turn it around. She could turn it around. And honestly, for the peace in my home, turn it around. That's how I felt, because it got really nasty. You want to say something about that? Because it's the truth. It was really bad.
Yeah. Well, the decision has finally been made. That's all I can say. Now, I wish we could say we could move on, but it seems like disaster only followed afterwards. So let's pray for these next 4 years. That's all I got. Okay. So yeah, what are we going to briefly be talking about in the news is how allegedly everything we say is allegedly.
It's allegedly. Meaning
Yes.
I heard it from a friend who, I heard it from a friend who, I heard it from another, you've been messing around. You don't know that.
No, I don't.
Audio Speedway.
Oh, what?
That was the name of the group.
Audio Speedwagon?
Yes.
Okay.
You're going to pull that name up. You're going to pull that name up.
Audio Speedwagon.
Audio Speedwagon. Yeah. It sounds weird coming out my mouth. I'm saying, I'm questioning, is that the name? Yeah. I heard it from a friend who, I heard it from a friend. I'm even saying the word. I heard it from another, you've been messing around. See, I don't believe it. They don't want to see it. And then I used to know what it was, but that song is so old. But she said, "What the hell is that?" Audio what? Audio Speedwagon. What a name! When you get a change, pull it up, because I just see, pull it up and see if that's not the name. Because I want to know now, because it is weird to have a name Audio Speedwagon. Well,
yeah, celebrities and the names that they name themselves. But back to the Saturday.
I took up on Luke.
Yeah, you sure did. I wasn't ready for that. Allegedly, after the voting results came in, 2,000 people, young,
allegedly,
old, mixture, not quite sure, allegedly
took their lives.
Yes, took their lives. Also, speaking of people losing their lives, we had Uncle Ron. We also going to talk about him. Speaking of Uncle Rod and Jay-Z and Beyonce and all that, Jaguar Wright, who apparently is having her life threatened, being threatened by Beyonce that she's going to be sued. Apparently got attacked with a box cutter by Jay-Z. We're going to get into all that. Yeah,
I'm sorry, I haven't been here for a couple of days. So this is news. I was sleeping, and on my backup time this morning, because I got up at what time did I get up? About 11? 1 o'clock this morning. I got yeah.
Because that's when we
my food was still sitting on this table on my nightstand untouched. Sorry, baby Crone.
That's okay.
And I didn't get up until 1 o'clock. And from 1 o'clock until now, what is it? 8?
9.
9. I've been catching up on all the news. But go ahead.
Yes, and then lastly, we have J-Lo allegedly had fled the country. Another one.
Another one.
Yes. So, let's get right into it and talk about it.
And before we get into it, I would like to say, in my hours this morning, I happened to look at Tasha K. And she voted for Trump.
Oh.
It was shocking.
It is shocking.
I was shocked.
Yes,
okay.
I'm shocked too.
But she is a conservative. I'm a conservative, but I vote whatever. I don't believe in pigeonholing me.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I always say vote for your heart. Vote for who you believe. I will not be pigeonholed. I will not vote for you because you black. I would have back in the day, but today we living in a new day and time. You vote for you, and your vote should be private.
Yes.
And even though Tasha K shared her vote, she got such a strong backlash.
Of course.
Very strong, she said. And she said she was out there fighting all by herself. I would have, if I had known, I would have called them. I would have called and said, "You are not alone," because my house was disturbed very badly. Honestly, I mean, I've gotten so angry because all I wanted was mutual. I don't care who you vote for. Just don't be angry. I'm sick of the anger.
Mm-hmm.
Just vote and be glad. And all of this rigmarole of people deleting themselves, leaving the country, bad mouthing the president or the former president, and I'm going to get into what I feel about it, is monotonous, old, and rude. No ethics at all. And I was kind of shocked to hear that from Tasha. But if you listen to her, she does stand on a more political view. She does stand, I mean, she stands more conservative because she is against certain things, like a lot of things, a few things like, I don't even want to say because it had to do with homosexuality.
Oh, okay.
So one, she's against that. She's opposed to, you know, I would imagine the A word. So she has standards that I can agree to. However, I'm sure she goes all the way because I don't want to be pigeonholed in, you know? And that's how I raised baby Crone, to use your mind. Just because I'm for you this year, now 4 years from now, I may not be on your side. I can say that now. But because my house was so disturbed, no one voted for either one. We voted someone out that could have used it. Their name wasn't even mentioned, I don't believe.
No.
So with that being said, I really felt for Tasha K. I enjoyed the show. Oh my God. People from England was calling in. Nigerians. From Africa. I'm like, what that got to do with y'all? You know? And they like, look, y'all are power, free world. We in it. I'm like, you know, well, there you have it. So along with that, I just want to add, I heard this on the news, and this is coming from a reliable source because I don't know her name, but I do listen to her. She had quoted that 2,000 people have deleted themselves when they found out that Trump had become president. Also, people, I've heard it with my own ears from my own mommy. My mommy said that if President Trump become president, he's going to make us slaves. Don't smile. Don't. It is sad that people, my mom is 80, 82. So I forgive her. She's in the right frame of mind, though. She's in the right frame of mind. But she's in pain a lot, so I'm going to blame it on the pain.
Okay.
I'm going to blame it on the pain. Because there are people who believe that when Trump gets to office, he's going to stop people from having AIDS.
Yeah.
They believe this. They believe this because of the Democratic Party pump out this stuff. Even to the very last end, they threw our girl in. What's her name? And said she had an affair and a B.
Oh,
Tamara Hall.
yeah.
Out of desperation. I didn't need to know that. And even though who used to have her show on Claudia,
Oh, yes.
she even said that, was it her that said that Trump wanted to have an affair with? I don't know. Could be mixed up.
It could have
It could have been her. I don't know. But my point is that proved right there, how prejudiced can he be? How racist? Because if he was racist, believe me, if you're racist, you don't want to even date him.
Right. I mean,
You understand?
yeah, that is true.
You know, if I'm a racist, I don't want to date you. I don't like you. I judge you because of your color. I don't like you. I may not know you, but because of your color, I have a disdain for you. I don't want you in my bed. I don't want to be on you. I'll tolerate you because I have to. But every day I come home from work, I will be complaining. Right?
Yeah.
So I think that we're not going to become slaves. If that was going to happen, honestly, guys, he had the chair before. He's just finishing out his 8
Exactly.
years. So if he would have done that, he would have done it last time he was president.
Mm-hmm.
If he wanted to stop the A's from happening, he would have done that. I think we need to think about what we're saying. At the end of the day, even if Kamala would have won, she would not hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
What be the point? This has been going on for so many years. It's the same old rhetoric. We really need to change, and voting needs to go back to being private.
Mm-hmm.
And Tasha K is a prime example why you shouldn't share it. And she said she normally don't.
Mm-hmm.
Don't. Even because I didn't vote, I've even had people miss me when they saw that I reposted. I ain't got that many, and they left me. They left us.
Oh, wow.
They left us. We was getting up there. Next thing I know, 3 was gone. I was like, why? This is ridiculous. That's why it should be private. I never shared who I voted for, but there was a vote that go out. We vote family. So there was a vote that went out in my house, and it was neutral.
Mm-hmm.
Correct?
Yeah.
I would tell you the name, but I don't even remember the name. But it was neutral vote. At least that's what I agreed to.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what we agreed to?
Yes.
Well, so there you have it. Now, about that 2,000 people, what else? What else?
Yes. Speaking of which, I did just happen to come across it on my TikTok feed. Now I remember about it earlier, about how apparently now that Trump is president, women around the world are banding together saying,
Could you put that TikTok?
Yes, saying, "Dear American sisters, you are not alone." This is honestly sad.
What is so sad about it is so many Black people, not sad, but shocking. So many Black people voted for him. They went in the booth. This is what it looks like. It looked like they was talking a whole lot of smack.
Mm-hmm.
But then when it came time to cast their vote,
mm-hmm.
they went in there and
you can't tell us how the media said one thing and the result
says over like a landslide.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Don't know how that happened.
And my thing is, so for me, either one, because I know they only have 4 years. They're really not in there long enough to do anything. And they got to get both of the seats. And usually they always have one of the seats that go to the Democrat, one go to the Senate. They go to the Democrat, one go to, and so therefore it's all we have is bickering back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Nothing really gets done.
No.
Because they can't even really pass a damn bill.
No, because they can't even agree.
Because they can't even agree. Honestly.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. And what it should be is when whoever gets in there, they should be the majority rules on both sides to stop it so the work can get done.
Yes. Because this standstill is getting nowhere.
It's nowhere. And this is where I get frustrated. So along with my frustrations with that, I'm glad that America did go out and vote. I don't understand why other countries are standing up and saying, woe is me. We, the Democratic Party, had demonized Trump to the point it's ridiculous. And why I'm like this, because I would be like this if it was Kamala who won.
Yeah.
Our behavior towards this is it's unsettling.
Sickening.
Yeah, it's unsettling. It's sickening. It shouldn't be this. Because at the end of the day, you really can't do anything about it but bitch and moan. So let's just put our big girl panties on and our big boy boxers, and let's just deal with the situation, and let's work with the situation and not against it.
Yeah.
And because he's president, give him another chance.
Yeah. He's already been president before.
I say this, and people get offended with me. I'm not saying this is what he's going to do. People get offended. But there have been people, when Trump was in office, he gave out stimulus checks. And for some people, that was a blessing. That helped people.
Yeah.
And so when Bush had it, it seemed like when the Republicans, they always give out something. But I've never known the Democrats to give you a dog biscuit. I'm talking about monetary.
Right.
Is that true? It's true.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that's why I voted. I mean, that's why, people vote. I'm saying it's a whole lot of factors. First of all, he's a businessman. And let's see what he's going to do, because I don't know. I'm going to read on him later, but I don't know what he's going to do. But I know it's no need for alarm. It's no need in leaving the country, because at the end of the day, the problems we have is an ongoing problem. The main problems we have in this country, for me, is inflation.
Yes.
Outside of the inflation, healthcare.
Oh, yes.
Healthcare and inflation. And of course, jobs. Now, when they say jobs are up, I don't know. I don't know where.
Yeah, because all I see people,
unless you highly educated.
Yep.
I don't know where they are.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, I don't know where they are, because I hear there's so many jobs available.
I don't know.
But when I go on social media, all I hear people talk about is complaining about how they can't get a job. So I don't know what are these. That's what happens when the government reports on stuff. They make things look a little certain way than what it is in reality, because this isn't adding up either. Unless
they're talking about people who work for the federal government or for the state. Maybe they saying they got their fill. But outside of all of that, there are a lot of people that are out of work.
Yes.
Inflation is so high. And minimum wages go from city to city. From state to state. So maybe in New York it's high, because New York is high.
Yep.
But in Maryland, it ain't high. You understand what I'm saying? What is the minimum wage,
No, I don't know.
She doesn't work, so she wouldn't know.
I want to say it could either be like $8 or $10.
That's what I'm thinking, $8 or $10. I'm thinking the same.
Minimum
I'm thinking $8.
wage in.
It could be 10. I have no idea.
As of January 1st of 2024, Maryland's minimum wage is $15.
That let you know how high inflation. There was a time to make $15 an hour.
Yes.
What you say?
That's
what?
True.
$15 an hour. But nowadays, I'm telling you, I went to the store. I bought a bag of Skittles, not even a big bag, a small bag of Skittles.
Regular size bag.
That's a jumbo bag, because I would go and get it. It was a regular size bag of Skittles. Okay.
Yeah.
And that thing cost what, $3?
Just about $2 and some 69.
And what about a little bag of potato chip?
Yep.
Not even a grab bag. What?
Yep. That used to be $2.12. Now it's about $2.60 with tax.
So I wind up spending $5
yep.
and a little bit over in coins.
$5 you can get 2 snacks.
2 snacks.
Just 2.
And not the jumbos.
Nope. Candy and chips are about the same price now.
No, not the jumbo stuff.
No.
Because you used to get a jumbo for $1 or $1.50.
Also, let's make this complaint too. 5 and below is no longer 5 and below.
No, what?
Yes, I bought a charger at 5 and below. It was $5.55, and then with tax, it came to $6.13.
This is crazy.
And I heard the dollar store isn't even a dollar store anymore.
All right, bet, baby, bet. I'm saying, so this is what the inflation is. Gas. Help me, Rhonda. Help me, Rhonda. It's bad. And I'm, just out here, just making a living, doing the best I can. My baby Crone is in school. It's rough, but we do the best we can, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Yes. Going to market, you could spend $100. You come out the market with one of them little bags you bought.
Yep.
Maybe a half of a bag. You to see 2 little bags, those market bags.
Yeah.
You need to spend what, $160 to see that.
Yep, just to get that.
2 market bags, 160.
And that's probably like 10 things, if that.
If that, it's ridiculous. So a lot of people was also afraid that they was going to stop Social Security. Well, if they have to stop Social Security, then they need to stop federal taxes, state taxes, and no longer take out Social Security. Exactly. So people can save on their own. That means what you make is what you take. And when you grow old, you have to be responsible for you, because the state isn't helping you, only if you're in critical condition. That means you're almost dead, or you just can't do. And so there was a time in America where there was no Social Security. You had to work and take care of yourself. But a lot of people would like to have their own checks. But are you going to look out when you're old?
No,
that's going to be,
people fall flat.
That's where people fall flat. Absolutely. Is that true?
Yes. They see the money, they spend it. They're just like, oh, I'm living my best life. And then when you get old,
then you ain't think about that. You ain't think about your medicine. Yep. You didn't think about, you may get some senior discounts.
Yeah.
But they may give you a senior discount on medicine or food, but no money. Right. It got to do something. So think about that. For all people who saying they don't want Social Security, I get it. And for all people who want Social Security, I get it. I get it on both hands. So these are the things that people are really stressed about.
Yes.
What else we have?
So
are we switching topics?
Yes, we definitely are.
We talk about that long enough?
Yes, we've covered everything.
Well, and as we said, let's just hope and pray, because at the end of the day, that's our president. Yes. Love it, like it, hate it, or whatever. But it is, and we should show some kind of respect for our country.
Yes.
And please, if you're thinking about deleting yourself, honestly, don't.
It's only temporary.
It's temporary. 4 years. And give the man a chance. Give him a chance. He won fair and square. Now, when it come down Kamala, this is the last thing. I haven't heard anything from her. I've been trying to find out. Maybe I'm looking. I haven't heard anything on these streets down here. But I really wanted to know. But at the end of the day, I did a reading on Kamala.
You did.
And Kamala said that she really didn't care whether she won or lost, but she put her heart in it.
Right. She said it'd be a relief.
What I don't like, now let me tell you my beef.
Okay.
What I don't like what they did, they threw her in when she only had 3 months to run.
They did.
I was appalled that they took Biden out. I don't give a John Brown how old he was. They didn't have a right to do that. And then you sent Barack Obama to chastise the black people, especially black men, to vote for what you put out there.
Yes.
I didn't even know Kamala. I didn't even know. What have she done? I don't even know her. So to me, she reminded me, not all the way, she reminded me of a Sarah Palin. They threw her in at the last moment. And then told her to swim. Swim. Swim, bitch, swim. No offense, but that's what it was like to me.
They really
You can do it. We got you. And here you have the president snarling. They made him do it. And that's my opinion. And I didn't like it. He was well enough. He could have ran. And if he was, something would have happened. But this is what I think. I think they did that on purpose. They knew that if they put a woman in there, that Trump would win. I believe that. Why? Because I believe that it's something sinister's going on.
Yeah, you're right.
Sinister's about aliens, sinister about these geostorms, sinister, I think sinister, something sinister. And I believe they threw that woman in there, knowing she wasn't going to win. Why she didn't win? Nobody knew her. And they knew her as a prosecutor of black men who black men didn't favor her.
Yeah. It's already a bad mark.
This is what I'm hearing. Am I right?
Yeah. That's what we've heard.
So they threw her in 3 months. You mean no president has ever won when they done something like that. So to me, it was a reason he was slighted to be president. Make it make sense.
Yeah, that's true.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
That would make sense.
Makes sense. See, when you dealing in these parts, they intertwine with each other.
They gotta make it look a certain
They have to make it look. Why? If they would have left Biden, he would have had a lot of flack, but Biden can hold his own. They can prop him up just like they did Hillary.
Yeah.
They can prop him up. They could help. He was making mistakes, but I would rather have him stand up and lose because at least he had some form. Yes. Unless I have yet to hear him come out or anybody come out and say the president has Alzheimer's.
Nope, it's just all rumors and speculation.
Rumors and speculations.
Also, speaking of which, I also find it conveniently timed that the whole Diddy allegations with the whole trafficking is going on, because that's what people like to seem to use against Trump. They're just like, well, y'all just elected somebody that takes advantage of women, and they're just probably thinking of Diddy and the things that Diddy are doing. They're just...
And let me take it a step further.
Yes, please.
I also heard, outside of the fact that Tamara Hall was pregos and had an B, it was also said that for 10 years, his best friend was, what's his name, who deleted himself in prison? What's his name? You know his name. Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. So they were at the last, they was coming out with this. And I was saying to myself, it's so wrong.
Yes.
For both parties. This is no, we need to stop. And then you want to know why the people of this country is so violent. Because of its leaders.
Yes.
I just think that it was done ridiculous. I really do, but I got it out of myself.
Yes, I did too. All about inflation.
And at the end of the day, if Kamala would have won, I would have still been gracious.
Yep, we would have talked about everything that people were saying about her too.
And about Trump. All I'm saying is he won. He won. Before you jump off a bridge, before you pack your bags, quit your job, sell your house and your furniture, like love abroad.
90 days the other way.
Like 90 days. What is it?
The other way.
Is that what it's called?
Yes, 90 days the other way.
90 days the other way. Please reconsider. Yes, and we are going through something, and I've said it over and over. Sometimes you got to go through to be able to knock down. And I'm hoping that as we go through this Saturn turn, I know we're going to feel it. Yes. I just hope that it's all for the good. Because you and I know America right now, the United States of America, we're in a bad state. We're in a bad state. And not only that, the people are very high tension right now. You could strike a match and it could start a riot. So these are very delicate. Prophecy coming. Weep for America. She's headed for troubled times. Whew.
Oh, okay.
Whoa. Wow. That just, whew. What was it?
To say to weep for America.
Weep.
Yeah, yes, weep, and America's heading for some troubled times.
I got goosebumps all over me right now. Woo, I felt it coming.
Yeah.
I felt it coming, and it just blocked out.
Like, yeah, I mean, we could always talk about all the esoteric things that we've been talking about, the last 11 months? Oh, wow, we're in the 11th month.
In the 11th month. The gateway.
Yep, that gateway.
And it couldn't, and what? Trump made it through the gateway. He is the one that's going to lead us, the beginning of leading us how we're going to deal with this war.
Yep.
He's going to lead us into how inflation. If he going to dance, he bets the dance.
Yes.
He going to have to show America both sides. Because this would be with Kamala. And this is what I hear both. I didn't vote for him or her. So I'm saying what I feel. I always said what I feel, but I stayed neutral even at the voting.
Right.
We stayed neutral.
Yes, we did.
Because I don't want nobody to say, well, you voted for them. And even if I could vote, I'm still not going to tell you who I voted for. Are you?
No.
That's still private. This was a family vote. But to tell you who I voted for, no, that was the family, because I believe a family should not be divided.
Yes.
No.
No division.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Is it horrible?
Yes.
It's horrible.
Tension.
You can't talk about certain things. You can't voice your opinion before somebody get an attitude, really a stinky attitude, and make you forget that, you know what, I'm trying to be a really moral person here. I'm trying to be nice. They make you say bad words.
Yeah, they get you on your lower nature.
They get you on your lower nature because they be stabbing you. You be like, hold up. I was like, wait a minute. I don't give a damn. I was like that. Don't attack me.
Right.
So I know how it was in here. I can only imagine what it was out there. And I can only imagine family betraying you. This is family. And I have to call my mom because my mom said she knows I'm a seer. So she says, who do you believe is? She said it in a low voice because she believes that Trump is going to make us slaves and he's going to take away her Social Security and all these things. And so when she asked me, she said, who do you think is going to win? And with trembling, I said, I read the cards. I said, I know you don't believe in that. I said, but it looks like Trump's going to win. She went, She already had an attitude. I just did a prediction.
Yes.
I just read cards and people, man, I read the cards. I put the video back up as a look. That's a good thing,
right?
And
so
3 people deleted from me. I was like, look, guys, I ain't got that many. Come back.
Yes,
come back.
Y'all already love us.
Listen, how you blow a whistle? Titanic. Come back. Come back. That's how I feel. I feel attacked. They saw that and that was like, ching, ching, ching. I was like, I couldn't even believe it.
It's ridiculous.
And you know what? And this is the last I'm going to say on this. You have a choice. I truly believe that it was slighted for Trump to win. I think that they put Kamala, this is my own opinion. They put Kamala in because they knew she'd be a tough sell, especially 3 minutes. 3, she was eager to do it. Out of fear and trepidation, this woman did this.
Yep, she performed her vice president duties.
She did that. Give it to her.
She did that.
She did that. Like it or not, because this woman was thrust into it, not ready, but she did what she did.
Yep, she did.
Right? So with that being said, I haven't heard nothing. I have to go. I've been scouring, trying to figure out her speeches. I know she had something, but my YouTube, and because we got like 100, like 200, no, 50, 100 stations, yes. I don't know how to find regular news anymore. So anyway, with that being said, that's our recap on news. Okay. Yes. Anything you want to add? Because then I'm gonna make another newscast because this is it. Yes. So,
you know what? I guess since we're talking about conspiracies, I'll just put my $20 in there about how the fact that I find it eerily suspicious that a historical Black college in Tennessee, I'm not sure, but it's apparently been around for 100 years, and it was vacant. Yep, it was vacant since 2015, and now it just suspiciously caught fire. They don't know why or how. So I just find that curious that this happened shortly after Trump was elected.
And where was this at?
In Tennessee. Knoxville, Tennessee at that. Knoxville College.
Home of country western.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh, wow.
Well, I want to lay out a couple of cards right now, and I want to see the sentiment to it. I will read. I just want to do a quick one right now. For some of you that just watching this, I have a few minutes to burn. I'm just going to do this. These cards has been shuffled to the shuffle to the shuffle. Have they not?
Yes, they have.
I shuffle cards like crazy. I just don't do it on air anymore when I don't have, because I just be going too long doing them. Because I have to shuffle energy in these cards. Okay, that, and you see this. Baby Crone, want to cut?
Yes. But yeah, definitely.
I'm gonna lay out 5 cards, okay?
Yeah, first.
And I'm gonna name what is going to become of America.
Yes, that is
because of the president, okay?
And
now that Trump has been selected, or now that Trump is back to being president,
yep.
What will become of the United States of America?
Yes.
That is the title. Here we go.
Okay.
Woo! I don't know. Speak truth. I see the fool.
Sounds about
He
right.
is the fool.
Oh, he's the fool.
He's the fool. Sinner.
Okay.
He's the fool. Now, when you think of a fool, what is the first thing you think? Talk.
Somebody that does their own thing.
What else?
Somebody that follows their own path and disregards like anything.
So you feel as though a fool disregards.
Yes.
So that's foolishness. So when you see the fool, you see it as foolishness.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's baby Crone meaning. But we're going to read what the mean. I'm going to tell you what my meaning is, and then we're going to read the meaning of the fool. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. On the other hand, on the heart chakra, I see the high priestess. Let me go for the working hand.
Okay.
I'm right-handed, or, you use it for holding. So it's something you use for if you're left-handed, right? So for the left hand, I see a sword. What's going on in the head? I see, this is, I want to interpret it and do interpretation, but I'm going to do that as soon as I lay them out. And that is, this card here is leaving a situation, leaving it. Okay. And here I see, here, this is about choices. Okay. So when I see the fool, baby Crone sees the fool as
somebody that follows the beat of their own drum.
But really, it means freedom. It means fresh start. It means adventure. It means travel. It means unafraid. It means to do what nobody else will do, to enter into something without fear, without trepidation, but to be open-hearted and do what you have to do to get where you gotta go. A fool is not afraid. A fool will jump if a fool want to go over there, and they don't know. They know that's what they want to do. A fool is going. Am I right?
Yes, a fool will.
A fool will go. So have you ever heard of an educated fool? So you could be educated and say, look, this is many people live like this. This is what I want to do. Like these people that get married to these people, 60-year-olds marrying 29-year-olds. Old, looking wrinkled, ain't have no facelift, no nothing, no Botox. You go over there looking like a man's grandma.
Yes.
Like a grandmother, literally. And you expect to be this person to stay with you forever and ever in a country. So when you get
babies,
you can't give them babies, then you don't have babies. Your baby is their age. And yet you believe this. That's foolishness. But this is not that kind of a fool.
Right.
A fool in the tarot is the beginning of wisdom. The fool in the tarot means this is you and me entering in. This is the president right now entering back into his presidential suit under new rules, under a whole new way. We're not at war, but we're on the blink of war. We're on the blink of civil war in this country. If something don't give, okay? You see it. You even have foreigners from other countries crying out to this country.
Yes.
So we see that. On the same hand, so we see a fool. What it takes a fool to say, I won't be bound by fear. I will do what I have to do, whether you or me like it. That's the kind of president we have that says, hey, I'm going to do what I got to do, what I think is right. Now, also, but his heart, it's got a lot of deep things that he's dealing with. A lot of, you want to help with this? He has a lot of deep thoughts, deep feelings about this country, things that he hasn't shared, things that he cannot share. There's a lot of things. This is the high priestess. This is water. This is the water operating. And not only is it the water, it is the moon. So the moon controls water. So this is a very emotional time for him right now. It's also an exhausting time for him because he's just leaving this last 6 months of, or the last year of selling himself to be president. Okay. So above his head, I definitely, no, let me go to the other hand. So I see that. And then on the other hand, I see a man with a sword, but the sword is held up. This is a king. So all these cards are king, but I'm going to get to something deep in a minute. So I see a king. So I'm saying a king, the president said, I will strike. I will. If I feel as though I have to, I will go to war. This is what I see. However, my heart is heavy. I don't think that that's necessary. This, am I making sense? I'm getting this sense because the high priestess don't want you to, she wants you to be healed. She wants you to deal with those dark things. She wants you to deal with those things that are unstable, that makes you unbalanced. She wants you to deal with that. So she wants the president to deal with those things. And dealing with them is like, until I get in and really see things close up that only presidents can see, then I will lower my guard. However, but if you see this card, you see that there is a cloud with a bird, but you also see when it's real windy outside, you don't see birds flying, right? So, but below him are clouds, but up in the head space, he seemed kind of clear. And it just seems to me here, right here on his head, it's about leaving things. So there are some things that's going to be left behind. Some things are going to be left behind. And on the bottom, some things will be revisited. Does that make sense? Some things will be left behind because this is about abandoning, leaving things. There will be some things that will be left behind. And on the same tip, there will be things that will be dealt with that are seen. Does that make sense? So that's my reading. And for now, so if I had to say what my reading would be, how I would end this, did that make sense? This is just a quick thing because when I read, I'm going to go in on it. But this is just a quick to hold you over. So you say, what is the state of America? Got to get settled in. But one of the things that we do know that the card's saying, that he has to get his momentum. He has to rest. This has been grueling.
Can I see those cards?
Which one?
I just want to see if I can find a Pluto.
Oh.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Here they go.
Thank you.
And if you want to do your read on them, please, by all means. You know I love it. And as you, I'm going to let her look at that.
Yeah, no, I don't see a Pluto. Do I see I do see an Aquarius though. Because I was thinking
Aquarius is ruled by Pluto, so Pluto is there.
It's ruled by,
which is ruled by Pluto?
Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, but Pluto just recently entered into Aquarius and is going to be there for the next 30 years.
Really? Yeah. So that's good. Well, how does America, the United States, our birth chart, you remember? How does it, Pluto deals with America?
We just came from our Pluto return because Pluto was in Capricorn in the US chart. So that definitely did have some things to do. We could stem this back from 2020, really, when we had the whole pandemic. That was like just a taste of what we're about to have in our future, because that's when Pluto had entered in Aquarius before it went back to Pluto, to Capricorn, which is where it was home in the United States chart. So now that we're moving forward, the same year that we have this transformative presidential election.
Right. This is one of the most intense pregnancy.
Yeah,
really it was. That's what it felt like. One of the intense things I've ever encountered in my whole years, and I'm over 50, I have ever seen in my life.
Yes.
I've never seen it get so vicious
Yes.
High tension. People are going through something.
Mhm.
Is there anything you want to say about this reading?
Yeah, and then you're right, it goes like that.
Okay.
And then now about the yes, to harper on the reading just a little bit quickly with a little bit of astrology.
Mm-hmm.
All that to say about Trump and how that this presidential election and Pluto specifically, even though I don't see a tower card here, Pluto would represent like a tower breaking something down in order to rebuild something new. So this,
but isn't that what Aquarius does?
Yes, that's Aquarius is the trailblazer, the trendsetter, somebody that follows. Since it's ruled by Uranus and Pluto's ruled by Uranus, Trump embodies that energy. He may not be an Aquarius, but he embodies the energy.
You can find out what he is, I'm sure. But
I want to say a Gemini. I have to double check. But,
so what are you saying? So I love it when she gets
that this election, no matter who would have won, right now we're moving forward.
It's the state of the country.
Yeah, we're moving into a new America, like you said. It felt like a birth. We're getting pregnant.
That just slipped out.
Yeah. Now we just gotta go.
And now I think we're gonna go through some birth pains.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go just broke in with that. And I would have said more, but I found myself in a dark place.
Oh yes, he is a Gemini.
Did you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
I found myself in a dark place. And when I'm in a dark place, in other words, it's not dark like it's dark, but it's a physical darkness. It's not like it's dark, but you can barely see.
Okay.
And when I'm like that, instead of pushing to make myself see, I back out of it. And instead of saying, I think, because I did that with the Kardashians. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I'll do it, but because this is almost an hour, we've been talking about it. And please, I want to hear your comments.
Yeah.
And if you want us to go live, all I need is 3 people to say, go live and talk about it. Yes. We will go live immediately, like this evening. If that's what I get, or tomorrow, then I'll go live Friday.
Yeah.
You know, so if this is what you want, we could definitely go live. You can vent, you could tell your opinions,
yes,
you could call in live, your chance to speak. I did, baby Crone did, yes, and my pet peeve is it became so vicious to vote. Mm-hmm. It's been like this, I can say, I think ever since Obama. I remember when Clinton wanted to be president, he had the eyeglasses. He was on Arsenio Hall show, and it was an easy time. I remember when the Republicans would lose, they would just go off and skulk. You didn't hear all of what we hear now. So people, let's just get back to respect. Yes. And let's not be angry. There's a time to be angry.
Yes.
I agree. Mm-hmm. But there's a time to cease from being angry. I agree with that too. What this card says is women. He's going to have to deal with overwhelming feminine energy.
Yeah, that looks like it so far.
Overwhelming feminine energy. In other words, women issues, what women feel, what women think. Yes. He just won over a woman. So there's a lot of hostility. There are still women out there. This is feminine and it showed up.
Yeah.
So that's one of the things that he's going to have to deal with.
Yes, he is.
Somehow, some way, make some kind of peace treaty with the feminists of the United States of America.
Yes.
Because that's a problem.
Yes, because that's how I'm honestly seeing on my TikTok and Instagram.
Really?
Yes. People is up in arms.
And show that picture, please.
Yes, I will.
So it's real. And that card showed up. So that let me know feminines can be a problem. These women could be a problem. What? I don't know. But that's just what the cards say. So I will read later. But as it stands right now, he's just in fool's paradise. He knows what is there before him because he's been president before.
Yes.
And first of all, this is the first time in my life I've ever seen a president that was a president, then they wasn't voted to be a president, then they got a charge set against them, and against that they still became president. And everybody was saying that they weren't going to win and weren't going to win. And I made my suggestion, I think, right when somebody had made an attempt on his life?
Yes. I
It
think
was 3 months ago.
Yeah, right around.
Either around the time or before the time, I don't know. But when I did that, it was so strong that I had no other choice. I even was trying, because I was like, okay, I'm Black. It's got to be Camilla. But Camilla, I'm not even going to deal with that anymore. And I do want to thank Tasha K. I didn't get to see the end of it, but I do, because I had to come and record. But I do I appreciate that show. I really, really, really did. Tasha, you let the audience speak, and they did speak. A lot of them was for Trump. And the few that she had to stop the show because people were starting to think that she was lying, that you only picking the people that vote for Republican. She was like, well, but that is so stupid. No, but that's how people think. But that's how, to me, the Democratic Party think, because I have somebody in here who think that same way, right or wrong. Wouldn't believe when I'm not choosing, because at the end of the day, they both going to do what they going to do.
Yes.
Not all is lost. Okay? These powers are not going to put somebody in office that's going to make us all slaves or send us back to Africa or God knows Jamaica, wherever. I don't know. So, as I said right now, I definitely see feminine energy. I think it's feminine. It's something going on in the air.
Yes.
It has to deal with femininity. Very feminine energy is in the world. And I think in the United States, it is planted its roots. So let's see how the president is going to deal with that. Who was a former president, now is a president again. Mind blowing. Never thought I would live to see anything like this. Yes. Well, anything else you'd like to say? I think I covered everything.
Yeah, I think I've even gotten everything off my chest.
So what did you think before you go on? What do you think about, I'm thinking that it's, to me, they staged the coup by putting her in there.
Yeah, that I just saw it like that until you mentioned that. So I'm like, you're right. They got to work in mysterious ways.
The one thing people think, they think that they hate each other. They only hate each other the time of year because remember, they working together all the time.
Yes.
They bed buddies. Okay? Because at the end of the day, if we go to war, you think they're going to be divided? There's always going to be a schism.
Oh, yes.
But at the end of the day, they have to work together. I just wish that they would work together to fix the problems here in America, especially with inflation.
Yeah.
Start there. Start with healthcare, lowering the prices. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. I was thinking, because we live in a world of duality, do you think it's our goal to come here to the planet Earth, or in this existence plane of reality, to work on bringing things together as a whole? I
think so. I do, because I think this planet is dual. We have love and we have hate. So we have emotions. And I'm sure that there could be other planets out there that don't have emotions. They don't share emotions, I would imagine. But we have to learn to temper our emotions and not allow our emotions get the best of us. It just seems like over the years, it seems like we're becoming more and more timid.
Yes.
More and more violent. More and more,
oxymoron.
More and more where you don't want to hear. You just want to respond. And when I seen those young people crying because of this, I couldn't even believe it.
Yeah.
It's an election. And at the end of the day, save your tears. You're not going back to Africa. I can't say that enough. No, you're not going to be a slave. And at this point, no, you're all going to be able to do the one thing you love. Have sex, get pregnant, and use, I gotta say it. I'm gonna say it. It may offend you and may cost me something, but I don't think it's right for people to use that A word for means of birth control.
Yes. You're taking a soul literally.
And you're using it for birth control. In other words, instead of getting on something, you get that way. Even men, I blame men more than women. Because men, you should care about where you plant your seed.
They really should, honestly.
If that's not the dumbest, that's the most holiest thing about you, is your seed. And you just spew it anywhere. That's the curse. That's a curse. because you done sperminated, and now you got a baby you don't want with a mother that's not equipped or can't afford it. And now you want to lean on the government. And every time you lean on the government, you lean on our taxes.
The perpetual cycle.
It's a perpetual cycle. So I'm just saying, let me shut up. And anyway, that's all I have to say. I could go on, but like I said about Kamala, I truly believe that that was a setup. I really do, because to do something that horrendous and humiliate our president like that, I felt appalled, and I'm saying it.
Yeah,
I said it. I was appalled.
Yes, let him lose
because he wanted to run. He wanted to run. He said he could run, and it would have been better for him to lose.
Yes,
than to put him out the pasture. I didn't like it, and I didn't like that old Barack Obama. What's his name?
Barack Obama.
Came and going to chastise black folk, especially black men. Get out of here. Well, anyway, I don't want to get to talking about things because that gets me worked up. This is why I stayed neutral. So I've stayed neutral, and I'm going to continue staying neutral. But you hear what I have to say. I hope that this is open. I hope that a Democrat, a Republican, or whatever, you could sit down, look at it, and tell me what you think, because that's what I see, and that's what I read. And I will go back and go deeper on it. It's going to be a whole different reading but remember, this was part one. I got it on tape. What did I say? We're going to be leaving things behind.
Yes.
But we're going to be coming up with new things that maybe didn't help or didn't. They're going to be left behind, and new things are going to come into play. So remember that. That is the first part that I got. What else?
Yeah, and just lastly, the year 2024 adds up to the number 8, which is all about regeneration and the process of death and rebirth.
And moving on.
Yes.
And moving on.
So
a lot of energy with 8. 8 is definitely about movement.
Yep, the universe be working for us.
What, you seen that in the number?
Yes, because I was thinking.
You counted up the number.
Yes, I did. Because I was like, okay, what else can I think about esoterically that could drive home the point that
I'm
we're
trying to make
about is literally in the universe and in the stars. You just got to look at these things.
Right. And understand that it was predestined.
Yes.
You may not believe that. What are the odds that he won under the conditions? A, it shows the condition of America.
Yes, it does.
Let's keep it 100. And B, it shows nobody wants to do it, really. That's worthy.
Yes, that's
out of 2 people, these are the 2 that you had to pick from.
Yeah.
Call it sad. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think we need a stronger party. And that's what I think that America should start working on. We, the civilians, we should start working on us.
Be the change you want to see.
Right. And find somebody that's for the change. Well, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this. I know I did. Well, this is just out after the president. What we calling this?
You said the name. I have to look back at the video.
Okay, well, that's the name of it. I hope you enjoyed this talking and just clearing it up
post-election.
and just talking post-election from our viewpoint. And for all of you that may be sad, we're sorry.
Yeah.
Hold your chin up. It's not over. It's only 4 years. And for the winners, congratulations. I hope that your president do everything. I hope he go above and exceedingly abundant, so you can walk and be proud that your president, our president, made a difference, that made the naysayers say, I was wrong. I hope that's what we get out of that.
Yeah, I really hope he stands by his words on Make America Great Again.
I hope. Because that's all we have is hope. And with that being said,
sunflowers.